I just shipped 2000 watts yesterday, and the cost after all is included is I found that the easiest place for laser welder to break down is the 99% of the problems are with the Hello, my name is April Pei. I have been in the laser equipment industry for almost 2 years. During this period, I sold 55 units of laser equipment to overseas, including laser marking machine, laser welding machine, and laser cleaning machine. I have summarized some common problems of purchase and usage. Today, I'd like to share with you exactly how to choose a laser welder, what to know and what to pay attention to before and after purchasing. If you happen to be interested in it, I hope it can help. First of all, although laser welding is good, it has limitations. Even 3000 watts, you can only weld through the thin plate below 8 millimeters. I have a customer who needs to weld 20 millimeter carbon steel, asking me if there is 6,000 watts. My answer was no, because above 3,000 watts belongs to the high laser power. It cannot be hand-healed. The splash is very big, it will be very dangerous. Moreover, the laser welder is only suitable for weld seams below 3 millimeters, and you need to use a double weld feeder because the weld seam can't exceed the width of the wire. Otherwise, the effect is not very good. Now, there are also some double pendulum guns that can weld wider seams. It is suitable for welding carbon steel, stainless steel, galvanized plate, aluminum, copper, but to be honest, it is not very recommended to weld copper. The effect is not very good, and it is easy to damage the lens and the gun. This table shows the weld depth, cast thickness, and cleaning speed for each power. Take a screenshot and save it if you are interested. The power selection is usually based on this. And I have found that many customers buy a 1500 watts first and then buy a higher power one shortly after. I have a customer who bought a 1500 watt for the first time, and after trying it out, he felt very satisfied with the result and immediately asked for another 3000 watts. I also have a customer who already has 3 laser welders but came back to me for a 3000 watts air-cooled welder. Using laser welding, first of all, you must take protective measures. That's extremely necessary. First, it is best to weld in a covered space so that no one is suddenly close enough to get hurt. You can see the sputter on video, but it still feels quite dangerous at the welding site. Second, you need to wear goggles. Selection of goggles focuses on 2 key points. One is to choose the right coating. The green coating is suitable for the wavelength range, contains 1064 nanometers. That is our welding laser. Second, check the optical density. Only value of 2 can reduce the laser energy by 100 times. Only for 4 can reduce the laser energy by 10,000 times. We have these goggles only for 4. Third, put on the special gloves for welders so as not to be burned when taking the workpiece. Fourth, it is best to wear overalls or apron so that there will be no odor on your own clothes. Fifth, the ground wire should be effectively grounded. That is, the ground stick should be more than 50 centimeters. 6. Open a vacuum cleaner or wear a mask to avoid inhaling metal dust, or keep the environment ventilated. Now, how to install it? Simply put, it is to connect the wire feeder, install the wire, connect the electricity, connect the gas, and then you can use it. We have a detailed video about it. Customers say it is very clear to see the video. About the usage, you need to turn on the main switch first and then turn on the chiller. The chiller needs to be heated to above 22 degrees Celsius. Before turning on the laser, we now have a temperature of 25 degrees or more, so there's no need to wait. Then set up the parameters. We have a parameter preset function. Only need to select the material to be welded and the thickness. We will also get such a parameter table. You can refer to this. After setting up, pick up the welding gun, then adjust the focus, adjust the light bias if there is a bias. The gun under the board should be at an angle of 45 degrees. You can start welding. Let's set 1500 watts. Weld 4 millimeters thick aluminum piece. Look, basically welded through. Let's set 2000 watts. Weld 5 millimeters thick aluminum. Part of the weld did not penetrate. The master said because the beginning of the temperature is low. Then we slow down the speed and weld again. This time it's penetrated. It looks simple and it's actually quite easy. If you want to weld deeper, just slow down a bit. Let's try T-welding again. Let's try to see if it's strong. It's really strong. This is a double-side welding. Let's switch to cutting mode now. Remove the weld feed nozzle and replace it with a cutting head. Set scanning width to 0, power 2000. Let's cut 3 millimeters aluminum piece. Cut through. Very good. Try 5 millimeters aluminum piece. It did not cut through. Set the power to 3000 watts. Then cut 5 millimeter aluminum. Okay, its penetration is perfect. Let's come to an extreme test. Try to cut this 8 millimeter iron plate. Oh, it cannot be cut through. It doesn't matter. That means 3000 watts cannot cut 8 millimeter iron. Generally, I found very few customers will use the cutting function of the welder. I only have one customer. He is doing yacht repair, cutting, welding, and cleaning. 3 functions can be used. This machine is really very practical for him. Let's switch to cleaning mode now. First, let's replace the focusing lens for cleaning. Then remove the gun head and replace it with its dust cover. Then go back to the home page, click on the upper right corner of the switch button, restart after a power outage. Set the scanning frequency and power on it. have a customer who bought the smallest one of these cleaners, put it in the trunk of his car, and went around providing rust and paint removal services for his customers. And I heard that it charges more than $200 per hour, which makes me envious. Maybe in the future, I can take a machine overseas to do this kind of job. To be honest, I like the rust removal function the most because it's great relief to see the rust disappear little by little, isn't it? After this video, I even helped one of the factory's racks to remove rust for free. I don't know if the boss will praise me. It was really fun. Also, I feel like the head of the gun is still a little heavy to hold for 2 hours. And I have another customer who had to remove rust from a big ship. The rust on the hull was 1.2 millimeters thick, and the ship can only stop in Manila port for a month. So I sent him a 3,000 watts by air with double consumables and a transformer, and I sent him operation tutorials before the shipment arrived, and they ended up getting the machine and removing all the rust in just 50 hours. Moreover, it's easy to clean the weld. Just change the copper nozzle after welding, adjust the parameters, scan it with the laser, and the weld is bright white. There is actually a fifth function, lithium battery welding. This is a customized function, and the factory just don't have the stock, so I will not demonstrate. There are also several customers are very interested in it, but to be honest, I have said the speed and effect is certainly not as good as lithium battery platform automatic welding, but the advantage is cheap. For a small amount of welding, it's no problem.